We have 13 cases to talk about in this video, so we're just going to jump right in there, talk about the first one, which is the dog tag case. This is a 1x1 item in your inventory, so it only takes up one slot. Now, if you open up the dog tag case, it's a 10x10 grid inside. It can only hold dog tags from your enemies or your fallen partners. And this is something that, you know, it's really useful to you if you're going to want to do some of the dog tag barters later on down the road, so it doesn't take up, you know, all these dog tags aren't cluttering up your inventory. I highly suggest one of these. You know, it's a great case, don't get me wrong, but it does only come from Therapist level 2, and it is 447,000 rubles. Now let's talk about the pistol case. This is a 2x2 item in your inventory system. When you open it up, it becomes a 4x3 grid system inside, which means it does have 12 slots inside of it. The only thing that can go inside of a pistol case is pistols, ammo, and magazines. So it's not like the dog tag case where only dog tags and they don't tell you the other stuff like this. The pistol case can actually carry more than just pistols. So if you get one really early on, you know, and you aren't using pistols much, just think of it as a smaller ammo case or just a really small magazine case. It's up to you, but those are the 3 items you can put inside of this. Now, from Therapist level 2, you can get one of these for 6 piles of meds. So it's a barter. You can also find this out in the wild, but you can only find it on the map customs, and you have to go inside of old gas station, and on the table there you can actually have a chance to find one. You will also be getting these as quest rewards. So the Punisher part 5 from Prapper, you're going to get 1 pistol case from him for that, and then Cargo X from Peacekeeper. Once you complete that task, you will get 1 of these too. We're going to now shift over to the money case. This is a 3x2 item, so it's going to take up 6 slots in your inventory, but when you expand it, it has 7x7 grid system inside of it. So you're looking at 49 extra slots. So the things you can put in this money case are rubles, dollars, euros, GP coins, and Bitcoins. Now, to get this item, you can go to Therapist level 4. You can trade 5 gold chains, 2 rollers, and 2 golden skull rings, and she will give you one. And you also do have a chance to find one of these out in the wild. So either customs or reserve, either of those marked rooms. So if you go into customs, you go to the marked room there, or reserve, which has 3 marked rooms, you do have a chance for a money case to spawn in one of these. The next case is the ammo case. This is a really important container to get early on in the game because you're going to be finding ammo and just buying ammo, and it's going to be laying all over your inventory. So this is something great to get early on, at least one of them. So this is a 2x2 item in your inventory, which means it takes up 4 slots. When you expand it, it does have a 7x7 grid, so it has 49 slots for you. And you are going to be able to only put ammo in this, but I'm going to tell you that it is worth its weight in gold, especially early game. Now, the ways to get this is mechanic level 1. Right away, you can barter for this. You need 5 blue gunpowders and 2 green gunpowders, and you can just get an ammo case right away. Or from mechanic level 2, you can buy one for 182,000 rubles. You do get quite a few of these just by completing tasks in Tarkov. You get 2 of them by completing Gunsmith Part 10. This is for mechanic. You're going to get 2 of them for completing Big Customer from Prapper, and you're going to get 1 of these for completing samples from Peacekeeper. The magazine case is a 3x2 item, which means it is going to take up 6 slots in your inventory, but when you expand it, it does have a 7x7 grid inside, which means it has 49 available spots for you to put stuff in. But the only thing you can put in a magazine case is, you guessed it, magazines. Now, if you want to get one of these, there's 2 ways to go about it. You can craft one from laboratory level 2, so you're going to need 2 blue fuel tanks, 1 metal cutting scissors, 3 bolts, and 3 screw nuts. You also do have a chance to get these out in the wild. Just like the money case, these are found on customs and reserve in the various marked rooms there. If all else does fail, you can buy these outright. All you have to do is make sure you have mechanic level 3 available to you, and then you can buy them for 263,000 rubles. The next case was actually named after a streamer. This is the Thermo Bag. It's a 3x3 item in your inventory, which means it's going to take up 9 slots, but when you expand it, it does have an 8x8 grid inside of it. Now, the only thing you can put inside is food and drinks, but as you probably know as a player, that's really valuable to you. So it's a great case to get, you know, as early as you can. Now, if you do want to get one of these, you can go to level 2 Jaeger and you can trade him 10 hot rods, 5 Tarcolas, 5 can of herring, and 5 squash, and he'll barter you one for this. Also, you can find these out in the wild. So if you go to customs and you go to the 3-story dorm where marked room is, there is a chance for one of these to spawn. They can also be found in the shelves in the storage building in the shipping yard. I've never seen one there, but apparently there is a chance. And also, if you go into old gas and you go to the desk, these can spawn there too. And just like marked room on customs, if you go to reserve, there's 3 marked rooms on reserve, and these can spawn in any of those. The grenade case is also 3x3, just like the Thermo Bag, so it's going to take up 8 inventory slots, but when you expand it, it does have an 8x8 grid inside of it. You can put all throwables in there, you can put the grenade fuses, and also the 40mm VOG 25s inside of it. Now, if you are wanting to get your hands on one of these, you're going to need Jaeger level 3, and you're going to need to trade him 5 survivor lighters, 15 hunter matches, and 8 repellents, and you'll be able to get a grenade case, or you will be able to get one just by doing tasks, and the only tasks that give you one is chemical part 4. But this is one of those tasks where it depends on who you give it to. So if you give chemical part 4 to, say, instead of skier, you give it to therapist, you don't get the grenade case. So you have to pick and choose which case you need at that time. A cornerstone of everyone's inventory eventually becomes the meds case. This is a very valuable case to have. It is a 3x3 item, which means it's going to take up 9 inventory slots, but when you expand it, it does have a 7x7 grid system inside of it. And what you can put inside is all medical treatment items. Now, if you are wanting to get your hands on one of these, what you can do is get therapist to level 2, and you can barter for one with 7 medical blood sets, 7 disposable syringes, and 2 Vaselines. Or if you get therapist to level 3, you can just buy one outright for 548,000 rubles. You do have a chance to get 2 of these from therapist just by doing her tasks. The first one is healthcare privacy part 5, and then the other one is out of curiosity. You complete either of these and you can get a meds case. We're getting to the part of the video where now all the cases we'll talk about are the highly coveted ones, the more expensive and harder ones to get. And the first case we'll talk about is the weapons case. This is a 5x2 item, which means it's going to take up 10 slots in your inventory. But when you expand it, it has a 5x10 grid system inside of it. Now, the things you can put in this case are weapons, ammunition, and also just weapon mods by themselves. There are 3 ways to barter for one. So you can get one from mechanic level 3 for 8 electric motors, 15 wires, 4 broken LCD screens, and also 1 phased array. You can also get one from skier level 4 for 8 fierce hatchling moonshines and 2 bottles of vodka, or mechanic level 2 has a barter for it, and that is 13 bitcoins, and you get a weapons case. Up to you which one you want to choose. I would tell you to stay away from the mechanic level 2 one, but that's just me. Now, there is a way for you to just get one by doing tasks though. So Jaeger is going to give you a task called Huntsman Path Eraser Part 1. After you complete this, you will just get 1 free weapons case from them. The big brother to the weapons case is the Thicc weapons case. This is also 5x2 in your inventory, which means it also will take up 10 inventory slots. But when you expand it, it has a 6x15 grid system inside, and just like the normal weapons case, you can put weapons, ammunition, and any weapon mods you want inside of it. If you want to get your hands on one, you can barter for it. So you can go to mechanic level 4 and trade them 38 bitcoins for one. Or on the bright side, if you complete Perfect Mediator from Prapper, you will get one as a reward just by doing that task. The item case is one of the bigger cases that's going to be in your inventory. It's a 4x4 item, which means it's going to take up 16 slots. But when you do open it up, it does have an 8x8 grid inside. And the best part about an item case is it can store everything but these items. You can't put a grenade case in there, an item case in there, a lucky scav junk box, a Thicc item case, a Thicc weapons case, or a pistol case. Aside from those few items, it can house everything. Now, if you do want to get your hands on one of these, there are a few ways. The first one is from Therapist level 3. This is a barter for 20 orthopoposcopes and 10 meds. You can get an items case this way. You can also hold on to 140 dog tags that are level 15 and higher, and she'll give you one, or you can just outright buy one for 14,000 euros from Therapist level 3. The end all be all of all cases is probably the Thicc item case. This thing is amazing. It is a 5x3 item in your inventory, which means it's going to take up 15 slots. But when you open it up, it's got a grid system of 14x14. Now you can store everything in here except for these few items: the grenade case, the item case, the lucky scav junk box, a Thicc item case, a Thicc weapons case, a pistol case, and paper ammo boxes. Apparently you can't store those in there. It doesn't want those, but it can store everything but those items. Now, if you do want to get your hands on one of these, you can do it two ways. From Therapist level 4, you can get 10 portable defibrillators, 10 LEDXs, and 10 ibuprofens, and you can barter for one. Or you can go another route with Therapist level 4 and get 50 hatchling moonshines, 35 bottle of vodka, and 30 bottles of Dan Jackal whiskey. Now, if you do want to just get one for free, there is a way for you to do that just by completing one task, and that is private clinic from Therapist. It's not that difficult, but it's difficult enough, but the reward is amazing. So, you know, try to get here as fast as possible so you can get one of these big daddy cases. I promise you we're at the last and final case, and that is the lucky scav junk box. This is probably the first case you're going to buy outright because it is so valuable to you early game. Like, this is the one I rushed to right away. This is a 4x4 item, so it's going to take up 16 slots in your inventory. Inside of it, you open up the grid. It is a 14x14 grid system inside. The thing is, though, it can only store your barter items, but because early game this is so important for you while you're collecting things for tasks or future tasks, like say cigarettes or, you know, car batteries, stuff like this is going to be so valuable to you right away. Now, if you want to get your hands on one, you can craft one from laboratory level 2. What you're going to need is 3 magazine cases, 1 metal cutting scissors, 6 bolts, and 3 Keck tapes. If you don't want to craft it, don't worry, because you can barter and buy it. So from level 2 Therapist, if you collect 100 dog tags level 10 or above, you can barter for one, or you can just buy out one from her for 1.9 million rubles. But I'm going to promise you it's going to be worth it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you did enjoy it. We did put a lot of work into this. I wanted to explain everything, and I think we did. So please hit the thumbs up button. Think about hitting the subscribe button. It's free for all you guys, but it does mean the world to me. And also check me out on twitch.tv. I stream 5 days a week. Come by, say hello, and until next time, I'll talk to everyone later.